So, here we are. Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So in this episode, I will give you the buyer's guide for this latest, greatest Canyon Grail CF SL8 gravel bike, and also at the end I will tell you, should you just go ahead and buy this bike or should you just shortlist this gravel bike? So you see, currently Canyon has some excellent discounts on their bikes, and specifically this model of Canyon Grail CF SL8 retails now for $2,700, which is absolutely astonishing price, and this is a discount of $300 from the original price of $3,000. So Canyon is always very aggressive with the pricing of their bikes, and luckily lots of the sizes are still available at the moment of this recording for these bikes, so definitely have a look what's available, because it will probably be sold out quickly. So okay, as I was saying, retail price of $2,700, and this Canyon Grail CF SL8 is a typical example of a gravel bike. So, who is this bike for? I would put it this way: if you spend majority of your time on the road, but from time to time you like to go some gravel bike riding, then definitely these bikes are very useful and very capable, and also very useful if you are interested in going bike packing. As you can see, there's a lot of these mounting points on the bike, so you can have a lot of bags on the bike and all the accessories that you need. When you also look at the paint scheme on this bike for the US market, currently there is only this one paint scheme on offer. They call it the Stone Grind paint scheme. Okay, decent, nothing special here. I wish there is at least another paint scheme on offer, but I'm guessing since this bike is on a discount currently, they had to also limit the paint schemes which are available. Okay, now we can dive into the specifications of the bike and really see what are you gonna get for your hard-earned money. So let's kick off with the frame and the fork. So this carbon fiber frame and the matching fork is the Canyon Grail CF SL carbon fiber frame and the fork. So this is the second tier of the carbon fiber frames and forks that Canyon can do. There's one tier above, which is the CF SLX, but all in with this carbon fiber frame and the fork, you will also get the press fit bottom bracket, 12mm through axles front and the back, and internally routed cables, which is always nice. And as you can see, a little bit here of aerodynamically optimized frame, in the sense that the down tube is a bit aerodynamically optimized when you put the bottle here. So these are kind of nice little details that Canyon is including. Also with the Canyon carbon fiber frames, you are getting a 6 years warranty, which again is a decent warranty. At some point I would expect them to move to the lifetime warranty, like some other big players in the field like Trek Specialized Giant. But all in, absolutely no special complaints here from me when it comes to this carbon fiber frame and the fork. Also, looking at the saddle and the seat post, you will get the Canyon's classic carbon fiber seat post, which is again absolutely excellent. Carbon fiber seat post is a must because it's going to soak up a lot of small road bumps, and this saddle is a physique saddle. Saddle is always, as usual, a personal preference, so if you don't like this one, it's going to be very easy to replace. Now let's talk about this handlebar and the stem, because this is a bit different story here. Because you see, this handlebar and the stem is a one-piece carbon fiber design, so it is, excellent that it's a carbon fiber handlebar and the stem, a bit aerodynamically optimized, but on the other hand, you will be, severely limited with the kind of position on your bike. So before you are buying this bike, please do check that the width of the handlebar and stem length is really something that's good for you, because when you buy this proprietary solution, there's no changing here of, for example, handlebar width or the stem length, so you will be kind of stuck with these measurements as they are. So this is kind of always the pro and the con of having a one-piece carbon fiber handlebar and the stem. I kind of understand why manufacturers do it. It's much easier for them to kind of aerodynamically optimize it, get it a bit more stiffer, but you are losing this fine tuning and the adjustment of your position. Also here, As you can see, all the cables are routed below the handlebar, below the stem, and then into the frame, which is always a good solution, because if you need in the future any servicing of, for example, hydraulic disc brake lines, then definitely your local mechanic is going to be a bit more happier with this type of the solution. Okay, so as I was saying, just pay attention to this handlebar and the stem, and that the sizing really fits you very well. Now we can talk about the group set on this bike. So what will you get for your hard-earned money? So this group set is the Shimano's GRX 820 series. So you will have a Shimano GRX shifter. There is no front mech because this is a single chainring setup, and you will have the Shimano GRX 820 rear mech. This is a 12-speed mechanical group set from Shimano, absolutely superb. There is no complaints here, it's going to work perfectly fine. This single chainring at the front, also Shimano GRX, and in this instance 44 tooth chainring at the front, which I think it's pretty decent, and nicely paired with this huge cassette 1045 at the back. So if you are attacking any steep mountains with this bike, definitely you won't have any big problems in attacking those steep mountains. Of course, if you are really living in some extreme mountainous area, then maybe this 44 chainring at the front should be replaced with, for example, 42 or even a smaller chainring in this instance. The chain they are using is the 12-speed chain from the mountain bike world. Again, totally fine, and in the future you can use any 12-speed compatible chain for the Shimano's group sets. So all in, Shimano GRX 820, superb 12-speed mechanical group set, and I have no complaints with this. Now let's talk about the braking system. So you will get again the Shimano GRX hydraulic disc brakes front and the back, and luckily these brakes are using the Shimano XT braking rotors, 160mm at the front and 160mm at the back. So these Shimano XT braking rotors are superb. These are the proper racing rotors from the Shimano's mountain bike world, and I'm also glad that they are both 160mm both front and the back, because you always need good heat dissipation and stopping power on these braking rotors. You don't need the small 140mm braking rotors. They are an absolute joke. So let's now talk about the wheel set and the tires you're gonna get on this bike. And also one thing to mention here is that the limitations of this carbon fiber frame and the fork when it comes to the tire width are 42mm wide tires you can fit on this frame and the fork. So I'm guessing that in the next iteration of this bike, Canyon will update this, because I would say in today's world of gravel bikes, probably the standard now is becoming 45mm of tire width, so the frame and the fork can accept 45mm tires. In this instance, the maximum you will be running is 42mm tires front and the back. These tires, as they are on the bike, Schwalbe tires, are 42mm wide, so it is a good setup to begin with, but as I say, you will be always limited with 42mm tires front and the back if you want more air volume in your tire. Also, speaking about this wheel set, this is the DT Swiss G 1800 spline wheel set, a very classical gravel wheel set from DT Swiss. It is aluminium wheel set. It is a hooked wheel set and tubeless ready, and it comes with the DT Swiss 370 hubs. These hubs are using the Ratchet 18 system from DT Swiss, so of course these are not the high-end hubs like DT Swiss 240 or DT Swiss 180, but if you would buy this wheel set on the open market, the retail price is about $540, so you can't expect anything special here. Also, the total weight of this wheel set approximately 1,850 grams, depending on the configuration, but a proper, I would call it a workhorse of a wheel set. And I will just mention here that the good thing of this aluminium DT Swiss wheel set is that Internally, rim width is 24 millimeters, which is excellent, so you can easily put these wide tires like 42 millimeters on this wheelset, no problem. And also the rim height on this wheelset is 25 millimeters, but that's not so important when it comes to any kind of special aerodynamic on the gravel bikes and the speeds that majority of the people are using. Also with this wheelset, of course, DT Swiss Aero spokes, which are a must-have, and the tubeless ready wheelset as it is. So I'm pretty satisfied with this workhorse of DT Swiss G1800 splined wheelset. If you are really interested in the future, you can always have a look at the other offerings from DT Swiss, from upgrading the wheelset, or for example the offerings from, let's say, reserve wheels. So there are lots of gravel wheelsets if you really want to upgrade in the future. Now for this whole package of this Canyon Grail CF SL8, the total weight of this bike in some kind of size medium is going to be approximately 8.7 kilograms. This is excluding the pedals on the bike, and I think this is a pretty competitive bike weight in this segment. But definitely, when you consider the retail price of $2,700 US, it is a excellent price currently on the market, and Canyon is always famous for this aggressive pricing. And as I see now, there are still sizes available from extra small, medium, large, and extra large. Extra large. So definitely, it's a good choice currently on the market from Canyon. So in a summary, I can definitely tell you that if you are in the market for a good gravel bike, you should definitely go ahead and buy this Canyon Grail CF SL8, currently priced at $2,700 US, because you will be definitely hard pressed to find anything similar on the market for this type of the pricing. So I think this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!